Hello there, and welcome to my channel where I'll be documenting my experience, my recovery through long COVID. I'd like to go over a couple of things that you should know before watching my other videos. So let's start with number one, which I'll do some background information about myself. I'm a 20-year-old, I'm male, I'm a college student. I'm currently living at home in the country with my parents because after getting sick, it was very hard for me to live on my own. So I subleased my apartment because I couldn't do daily chores with the fatigue and breathlessness and other issues. So here are my roots out here in the country. I got sick. Let's do that. Number two now. Let's do my story with COVID. I got sick 5 months ago, end of November, and I had a pretty mild case. My worst symptom was parosmia, which is smell and taste change. Everything tasted like poop for about 2 or 3 weeks. Not poop really, but like burned poop rubbed on metal with burnt bread crumbs on it. It was really bad. Everything smelled and tasted like that. And around week 3 of being sick with COVID, it started to feel like the whole experience was over. I started to feel like I was coming out of the woods. But then around Christmas, I thought I got reinfected because my symptoms just came back so horribly. But I got retested. I was negative. I retested twice, negative both times. And ever since then, my symptoms have just sort of stayed. They've changed a little bit. New ones have come. Others have disappeared. But the symptoms, fatigue, breathlessness, brain fog, memory issues, pain in my legs, hair loss problems, eyesight issues, eye pain, ringing in my ears. All these symptoms I'm saying, they have pretty much stayed with me this whole time. The ear ringing has gotten worse. And that's one that people usually talk about lasting a while. So on the topic of other people, I'll go on number 3, which is that my long COVID experience is not as bad as other people's, and my long COVID experience is worse than some people's. I'm somewhere in the middle. There's always a bigger fish, or smaller fish for that matter, in the sea. So don't take my experience as like what everyone's going through, because it's such a unique problem that there's no way for just one person to totally encapsulate it for everyone. So yeah, there's lots of other people out there going through this. So that brings me to my fourth one, is that the advice I am giving or am talking about, if you're another long COVID person or you're supporting someone with long COVID, the advice I'm giving will always be from, not always, but will likely be from an experience I've been through, or from something that I've read online, or someone has recommended me or told me that it worked. And unless I get it from a doctor, I'll tell you if I get it from a doctor or from a research paper. But if I do not specify that, then take it at your own discretion that this advice I'm giving is just like anecdotal. Is that the right word? But it's not. It's such a new issue, like I was saying, that there's not really any way for any of these things to be proven yet. But yeah, so on to my fifth one. I'll basically just talk about that my outlook for the future, I guess. So long COVID has been happening to people since the pandemic started. So it's been happening for about 12 to, I think actually, no, not 12. Some people on there have been sick for 14 months or longer. And the research suggests that it's likely just because your immune system is overactive after getting sick, and we're not entirely sure why. There's something causing that. So my outlook for the future is that eventually my immune system will calm down and I will feel mostly like myself again in maybe a year. But that's and my outlook for most long haulers too is that they'll just get better on their own. And right now, all we can do is live day to day, managing our symptoms, trying to feel as best as we can on each day while we heal underneath in the long term. So I definitely feel like I have been getting better. It's just taking a very, very, very long time. Some symptoms haven't been getting better though, like my smell and taste. So it's a scary situation, but my outlook is pretty positive right now. But there have been other instances where, like with the first SARS, people were having fatigue for a couple years after getting sick with that. So who knows what's going to happen, really. But that's it for this video. I don't want to make it too long because I'm going to probably share it in the comments of all my other videos. So if you'd like to see more about my experience, what I'm going through, go ahead and just go through my channel or reach out, message me.